Alright. I think it disabled my camera. What the higgity heck? Yep, it's not even recognizing that I have a camera. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. We're good enough. Alright. Anyways, sorry for the interruption.
We're going podcast mode.
Yep. It's a windy Saturday. Alright. Is everybody still with me?
Yeah. Oh, could you return on the Discord thing?
Yep. I just opened Tailspire, so give me just a second while it loads.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Oh, come on. What the freaking heck? Whew. Alright, there we go. Did it come back up for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So, where were we? I believe I had just started mentioning that a Dragonborn showed up. Okay.
I think. No, I didn't hear that part.
Okay. So, Aiden, as you are walking towards the chest and you place a foot on the steps heading up, you see an image of a creature begin to appear before you. And what you see is a very large blue dragonborn whose features, again, are very similar or akin to the features that have been carved into these statues of dragonborns around the room. It looks much closer to a dragon, and definitely different than the dragonborn features you're used to seeing in people like Zanzidar and others around the area. This seems to be a much closer lineage, or there's just something different here. And he's very large. And he kind of almost apparates or appears before you and looks down. So, and who might you be? Well, I don't have a name, only a title. I am the Herald of the Great Worms. It is interesting you found your way into this sanctum. You must be a devout. Given the chest you've so aptly walked toward, I'm assuming Bahamut is your deity of choice. Wonderful. And do you know what this chamber is that you stand in?
I think I saw the inside of this place.
Nope, you have never seen this area before.
The only name that comes to mind is Earthen Chamber.
Well, that is the chasm of which all of these buildings and walkways hang amongst, yes, but not this particular. This is very interesting. See, you currently stand in what is called the Chamber of Champions. It's very interesting that I should have seen one champion today and now a second.
Circumstances have indeed been rare.
Yes.
Days.
Quite intriguing, I must say. Something magnificent or horrible must be going on in the world. You see, this chamber was only ever intended for 3 champions to ever step foot into. One for each of the draconic gods. And only a champion of the gods could enter the doorway. And even then, only if another champion hadn't entered prior. So, you are the first champion of Bahamut to grace this room. How do you feel?
Surprised. I thought I only entered this room only because I was a believer, Bahamut, not a champion.
Well, you must be close enough. There must not be many believers left, or perhaps he's taken a liking to you for some reason. Bahamut takes many champions, but it is few that seek out his treasures or what was hidden here. Have you passed his test?
Even withstand the anger that is now empty. I believe I have. Otherwise I don't believe I would become his champion.
Precisely. You passed, therefore you're a champion of Bahamut. Quite interesting. Well, welcome. Do you know what treasure it is you're seeking?
Originally came here because Bahamut wished of me to retrieve a particular artifact that he left with the human civilization that once lived above.
Yes, that cylinder.
One that I can presume now is Tiamat's champion now has.
Yes, that would be correct. That is the artifact that he so chose to pull from his chest. I'm sorry, young one. I'm afraid it has already been claimed. It's not my place to judge. I am neutral. I simply carry out the will of the gods, and, well, that was the champion of Tiamat, no doubt. So they were allowed to pull an artifact from the chest. Oh, there's the camera.
I'm sure of my purpose here, aside from pure curiosity.
Well, there's quite a lot that could be gained from this area. I suppose, given the circumstances and the fact that you weren't able to get the artifact you needed, I imagine you'll probably be chasing after it, won't you?
Of course,
Well then, there may yet be an artifact in store from you, from Bahamut, that might help on your adventure. You're welcome to pull from the chest. That puts me so much closer to finally being free. He steps aside.
as Aiden takes a couple more steps. How long have you been there held? How can you even tell this man apart?
I am the last of the heralds. And as a matter of fact, I'm not... Well, I wasn't originally the herald of Bahamut, Polyachronos, or Tiamat. You see, when a god is born, a herald is created for them. It's part of your ascension to divinity. And a god can create a herald for others that they believe will ascend at some point. The heralds of the three... Well, it's quite a story, but essentially they were killed in the family squabble, let's say, that was held between Bahamut and Tiamat, and Polyachronos tried to play peacemaker, and, well, heralds are oftentimes used as messengers or take up arms to serve the god which they've been assigned, and well, the three of them were lost in those fights. I myself, however, am a herald to a great worm. I was the herald assigned to the child of Tiamat and Bahamut. Though once he was put to sleep, I was reassigned to guard these chambers, as the artifact itself revolves around that child.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. You telling me this is the freaking herald to the great elder dragon that's currently taking a fat nap below the surface? And freaking, what's his face's name? His goal is to collect the artifacts to awaken him?
Lord Kyle's trying to
Oh, fuck.
Light bulb!
You gotta shit his pants.
Well, now we have every reason to protect what we have now. Or else we're screwed. Now,
We must champion will to awaken that said child. It would be in the end of the Nectarian plane as we know it.
Not immediately, no. Last I knew of, my liege, who was of a neutral alignment, I believe Bahamut was able to correct that before putting him to sleep. I think... Well, if awakened and allowed to act normally, it would take many years of corruption from Tiamat in order to change him back to being evil. I can certainly see that being her purpose, as that's what happened originally. Though I fear that, given the day and age, and I don't know all of the secrets to the weapon that was used, or even how it was created, that wasn't information I was privy to, but I imagine, given this recent push for Tiamat to awaken their child, she must have found some way to corrupt him quicker, or perhaps more permanently. If that should happen, then yes, I imagine this world would probably be wiped clean. And with no followers of Bahamut left to pay homage, and only followers of Tiamat left on the world, I would imagine she would probably escape her bonds as well.
Shift.
Yes.
I suppose that's just champion. Need every available weapon of my arsenal available to me.
Well.
That is
Okay. As you step up and open the top of the chest, You peer down and you see a sword of similar make, something that you recognize, materializing before you. You see the platinum longsword that was forged by your own hand. Though it's adorned now with the symbol of Bahamut and intricate carvings, and it looks like runes written in what you now know as ancient Draconian, etched into the blade that seems much sharper than it was before, lying on a velvet cushion inside this chest.
To lift it.
Okay. As you reach out your hand to grab it, you hear a voice in your head. Hear the voice of Bahamut. As you do, you hear him. Congratulations, young human. You have exceeded my expectations, and as promised, I'm returning the blade which you sent to me, only better. Though now you must make a choice. This blade can do many things. It has a bit of my own essence sewed into it. So tell me that which you seek the most, or which you would most like to have. Imbued within this blade, I can give it the power of justice to rain down upon your enemies. Or I can imbue it with my mercy, allowing you to help those around you.
Those around me who have had succeeded, offering mercy. I'm the one who stands at the front. They already have my mercy by ensuring that no harm comes to them. So I wish to ensure that my justice is swift and powerful. So that those who may dare shall think twice.
Are you certain? If I give this sword the power of justice, it will be a force to be reckoned with. Its power may be changed, but it would require great sacrifice to do so in the future.
I am certain.
So be it. And you see the blade shimmers with a nice, soft red hue as you pick it up. And I believe you should be able to add this. No, you can't, because you're not in my campaign. I have to have Russ add it, because I haven't moved you all over. But anyways, what you receive is a platinum longsword of Bahamut +3. This weapon counts as a silvered weapon, and I will read you the description.
Give me 1 second to make it a custom item.
Yeah, and I can snip it and put it in the chat.
Yeah, that works too.
And I'll just have to get Russ to add it so we can put it in our campaign. But essentially, Bahamut has blessed this magical weapon by infusing it with powers similar to his draconic breath weapons. This weapon has 2 charges that reset daily at dawn. As an action, you can choose to expend 1 charge to use one of the following abilities based on which you chose at the time you obtained this weapon from your deity. Changing the ability is only possible if your deity chooses to, and may require you to perform a specific task or quest. So I will first read you the one you didn't choose, which was Mercy, which is imbued with his exalting breath. The sword would send forth the restoring winds of Mount Celestia in a 150-foot cone. Each creature in the area of your choice regains 7d10 hit points, and each creature in that area of your choice that has been dead for no longer than 30 minutes is restored to life with half of its hit points. And there is Justice, which is the one that you have imbued, which retains part of the Platinum Breath. The sword sends forth radiant platinum flames in a 150-foot cone. Each creature of your choice in that area must make a DC 22 dexterity saving throw, taking 6d10 radiant damage and 6d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success.
Goddamn. I think we have enough people that can heal and resurrect, so I think that's more
I'm going for damage dealing here.
Yep.
we need more firepower. I'm like, I got my high tier spells where you guys need it. It's nice to get that type of upgrade. It helps a lot.
Yeah, I'll put that in D&D campaign info.